Okay, guys. A short while ago, we did a show all about bullying where we talked about we looked at some articles, looked at some tips. We did this 2 times. Now this is the third time because those who didn't know, if you watched Channel 6, there was a school board meeting at CCISD that happened where parents were able to voice their concerns about their children being bullied, and probably that incident that happened. Because of that incident, CCISD created a school board meeting because of that. I mean, parents were able to voice their concerns for like 3 minutes. I don't think it's bad. I mean, probably what the school board has a ruling on. And angry parents were able to speak up because of all this. And if I could have been there, but I didn't have transportation to get to the CCISD building. But if I had to, I would be able to voice my concern and say, hey, I'm not from here, but I would like to speak up about how CCISD does not have the proper tools, about how the CCISD administrators and the teachers do not have the tools they need to stop this. I mean, there needs to be a program called Speak Up. And if they're watching, I would be willing to teach that program, along with several of the CCPD. I mean, Speak Up would be an after-school program to teach young children how to speak up whenever they see someone bullying. I mean, if the program works, then the children who see the bullying happening can be like, oh, I remember, I gotta speak up. If you see bullying happening, what you can do as a kid, what you can do is watch it happen and wait for a grown-up and then go get a grown-up. And I got something planned here this morning. We'll talk about it later. Right now, one day after, let's talk about what happened yesterday. I mean, yesterday there was a threat that happened on social media when there was a dance going on in Hamlin Middle School in Corpus. It all happened during the dance, and then someone on social media decided to threaten to shoot up the school. So I think what had happened was, I mean, dance interrupted. I think the principal was like under lockdown, probably put under lockdown because of all this. I mean, but it all changed. I think it was still yesterday where a Facebook page from Corpus Christi called Corpus Christi News Now. We just released a photo of the shooter. I mean, the person that threatened, and he had a gun with him. So we don't know what's going to happen after that. I mean, is he going to go to jail, juvie? We're not going to know because, and nobody named the person that. Nobody named the shooter because he was a minor at the time. He's a minor. Let me tell you something. I do not tolerate this kind of crap. I mean, you were to shoot up at my school, they would find out who you are, and then. If I was a principal, if I saw someone who would shoot up the school, I would just immediately call the police. Which there's a police officer there. I mean, they can send someone in there to go investigate. As a matter of fact, this happened during a dance. It was like after school hours, or if it was during school hours, then they would have known. But after school hours, that's an issue here. But still, I would not be able to see this happening if no one started the threat. I mean, no excuse for someone to threaten to shoot up the school because of some argument that happened between boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course that would happen. That would have happened. But the thing is, nobody has the tools. I mean, the school has not have tools. Security guards are there, but they don't seem to search the people's pockets before they enter the building. I think that's what needs to happen for all schools. They need to have some sort of electronic thing you see at the airport. Then after that, after that, if you have something that you should not have, the police will search you with a metal detector. Arms straight, legs in front, zoom, 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 and then press the button, and if it goes beep, 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 then you would know you have a gun with you. People will be able to take precautionary actions, go on lockdown, and then done. They would call the police. But what about the kid that carried the gun? What would he do? Would he run away? No, because the security has him. They just put him in the security office. While on lockdown. And after the lockdown would happen, then the security person would be like, why would you bring a gun to school? The answer would be like, I just want to show my friends. And after that, they would call the police, and then you would be arrested for possession of a gun on school grounds. Alright, before I go on a break, this year what I plan on doing is I'm going to create a thing called Speak Up. It means that all the people that have been bullied from years ago can tell their side of the story. And if you want to be on my show to be able to tell your side of the story, tell your bullying experience, what happened, who bullied you, how it happened, you're more than welcome to come on the show. I'll give you the details a little bit later in this broadcast. So we're going to have our next topic in a moment. Alright, we're having some technical difficulties with the thing because my computer is so slow. I'm so sorry about that. I haven't gotten a chance to look at it. But let's move on to another topic while we wait for the internet to respond to me. Sleeping in class. Yep, y'all heard me right. Sleeping in class. I mean, it is a very, very serious issue here. I mean, people trying to sleep in class, I mean, I can't begin to imagine. I mean, many students decide to sleep in class because they'd rather sleep in than go to school. No. That's not how it works. School starts early, and you go to school for 6.5 to 7 hours, then, like the school night. Sunday through Thursday is a school night. There are laws and curfews saying you must not be out at school nights. And then there are many people that decide to play video games late until like 5 o'clock, and then they go to sleep, and then next day, and then 3 hours later, like, Timmy, time to wake up, and then you just like see the shadow in their eyes, like. And I realizing that you slept in, and you did not sleep. You were playing Call of Duty or Fortnite, whatever. And then what had happened was you sleep in class, and then when the teacher's trying to teach you over there, like with your head down, like going. And then the teacher's like, Tim. And then the student's actually going, wake up. It's you. As I was saying, you're sleeping in your desk like this, and then what had happened was the student next to you like telling you to wake up, and then you're still sleeping. And so, just what you have to take is like teacher have to take is like say wake up, do it again, you stand up. It happened before. A friend of mine, I'm not gonna name names. I mean, he had trouble sleeping, and then he was like sleeping, and then I had to rub on him to wake up, and then he woke up, and then happened the same thing. I don't know what had happened. But my guess he was like playing video games or talking on the phone. That's a bad sign. I mean, you go to bed early so you can be fresh. I mean, many people are like, why can't school start at like 9 o'clock? Beats me. If school started at 9, then you would have to wait until like a lot of hours. I mean, you see, the thing you have to remember here is that as parents, you must enforce the rules on your kids. Like, you cannot be out there on school nights, you cannot stay up on school nights, etc. Set time limits, and then when your child realizes, like, oh, it's 9:30, I should be able to get ready for bed. After that. Then after all that, then what then you should do is decide like check on the progress. And then I never sleep in class. I never once slept in class. As a matter of fact, if I was sleeping in class, and the thing that would have happened was, I would have woke up, and if it happened again, they would call my parents and like, we have a conference, and it's like, why are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping in my class? And they'd be like, well, because I was playing Fortnite. Like, well, because I was playing Fortnite all night. I was playing video games all night. And then, once all that, the period would be like, no video games to like, no video games, no TV, no computer, no video games for the rest of the day. Or 2 weeks, 1 week, 5 days, whatever. Kids have to understand you have to go to school to get your education. Nobody understands it. And some parents would understand this, then what would happen is that, okay, started back up. Then what else would happen is that the kids who would not sleep in class would be able to get the best education. It's supposed to be nice for people to sleep in and come to school whenever you want to. I mean, that's being late to school every day. And your reason is you sleep in, watch TV, watch movies, play video games, so on. And the punishment for that would be detention, after school detention, doesn't matter. The point is, you know you're not supposed to be sleeping in class, period. Parents have to be alert when something like this happens. If not, then the biggest thing that would happen here is that your son will be sleeping in class every day, parent conferences, the principal will come to the conclusion like, you're suspended for so-and-so. And then, so-and-so. So, my advice to you, don't sleep in class. Never sleep in class. If you try to sleep in class, you will be in big trouble. A lot of trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble. don't sleep in class. If you do, then you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. Alright. Our Firefox backup roll. We're going to start a new topic. Next here, we're going to talk about the keyboard bullies that Dr. Phil talked about when he went to Congress years ago. We're going to explain to you what the keyboard bullies do, how they do it, and what they do, and what you can do as a victim of cyberbullying. What can you do to help? And for parents too, if your kids are cyberbullied. We're going to tell you all about that after the break. Now, there is something they like to call cyberbullying, but Dr. Phil called it keyboard bullies. I mean, they like go on social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then they like use the keyboard to bully people. I mean, what can you do? I mean, keyboard bullying is also part of cyberbullying. What can you do? There are lots of things you can do. For example, unplug. Don't unplug the computer. Just unplug. It goes away. If someone has your phone number and calls you and says, I want you to blank, I'm not even going to say the word because I'm not even going to put one out there. So someone says, I want you to hang up. That is a virtual world. And Dr. Phil is still fighting with Congress to put an end to bullying. I mean, there are advertisements on TV that tell you how bad cigarettes are, bullying, and cyberbullying are. There needs to be advertisements everywhere. Like I said, if you as a parent are a victim of bullying or cyberbullying or keyboard bullies, you're more than welcome to come on the show. You're more than welcome to come on the show and tell your side of the story. It could be from years ago. It could be your side of the story. Could be from years ago. It could be today. All the times you've been picked on, steal your stuff, etc. You're more than welcome to tell your side of the story. We're not talking about keyboard bullies, a book from Kindle. We're talking about cyberbullying. I mean, it's another term for cyberbullying. I mean, Dr. Phil said if someone tells you and makes fun of you, you block it. I mean, and then several times later they change their names and they still do the same thing. Tell your parents you've been bullied and then you've been bullying so and so and then let the parents do anything. I mean, even teachers. Don't be afraid to partner with your teachers. I mean, they go through the same thing also in classrooms. But the thing you have to remember here is that we're trying to let our kids get the best education they can get so they can move on to college. I mean, I don't know if it's a thing, but college bullying isn't that a thing? So let's look at that. This was from months ago. This was 3 months ago. 3 or 4 months ago. The 5 facts about bullying in college. I mean, verywellfamily.com did a segment about this, and that is what we're going to be talking about right now. I mean, it happens in school, it happens, I mean, this is the question. Bullying doesn't end. This is the fact. A minority of bullying peaks in middle school and by high school. New research indicates that bullying may never completely go away. In fact, if bullies are not taught to take responsibility for their actions or not disciplined for bullying others, then it becomes a pattern of behavior for them to especially if it gets to the results they desire. Consequently, parents of college students need to discuss bullying issues with their kids even as they leave for college. They should also continue to build self-esteem and have social skills so your kids can deal with effectively bullying issues in college. Cyberbullying in college is on the rise. There are research that indicates that cyberbullying is an increase at college level, and much of the cyberbullying at college experiencing revolves around relationships. For instance, cyberbullying impresses gossips, rumors, and sexual bullying. Often, mean girls will encourage this behavior in a way to climb to the social ladder and intimidate other girls. They also may use cyberbullying to stake their claim on boys they're interested in. Wait, and it's also the boys. I mean, look for the warning signs. So y'all can understand to be the best person to speak up to. It's like I said, if you're being bullied, if you've ever been a victim of cyberbullying or just bullying in your school, I would love to hear your side of the story. You're welcome to come on the show. Alright, when we come back here, another definition that was on this website, it's sexual bullying. I'm going to explain to you what that means and why do kids engage it after the break. So today, guys, we're going to be focusing on all types of bullies, from cyberbullying to just bullying in school. We've looked at some stories, so and so, and now there's a new definition called sexual bullying. What does it mean, and why do kids engage it? Sexual bullying is a growing issue that impacts people of all ages, but it is especially prevalent by young teens and adults. And if it's left unaddressed, it can escalate and lead to more serious issues like sexual harassment and sexual assault in general. Sexual bullying is a form of bullying that occurs when an individual or group of individuals harass others through comments and actions that are sexual in nature. What's more, sexual bullying can appear online and in person. A tween or teen on the receiving end of sexual bullying is likely to be bullied, gossiped about, teased, insult, etc. Unlike physical bullying, sexual bullying can be difficult to spot because it does not usually leave a visible mark. Sexual bullying often happens when no adults are around. As a result, it is very important that parents talk regularly about the kids about sexual bullying and healthy sexual development. When teens are victims of sexual bullying, they need ample opportunities to talk to the situation. What are some examples? Let's look at these. Sexual images, jokes, language, and comments. Okay, so to understand sexual bullying, you might be looking at me like, what does that mean? Like, what does that word mean? What are some examples of sexual bullying, you might ask? Let's take a look at those. It's images, jokes, languages, and comments called inappropriate for a reason. There's inappropriate jokes, inappropriate images, inappropriate language, inappropriate comments, unacceptable. And the list just goes on, making sexual jokes or comments about someone, sexual gestures, comments about someone's sexual preference, sexual activity, calling someone sexually explicit or derogatory names, touching, grabbing or pinching someone in a sexual way, grabbing someone's clothing or brushing up against them in a sexual way, spreading sexual rumors and gossip in person, posting sexual comments, pictures, pictures, videos, like Instagram or Snapchat, saying sexually explicit text messages, like it's called sexting. Pressuring someone to participate in sexting shows commitment to love. Forwarding emails, sexual emails. Writing sexual comments in public places. Sharing inappropriate sexual videos or pictures. Engaging in slut shaming or public shaming that is sexual in nature. And so what can you do? There are a number of reasons why kids participate in sexual bullying, but the top reasons involved improving social status within the school, envying, jealousy, a need for attention, a fear of their own development and sexuality. Here's an overview of motivating factors in sexual bullying. How can you stop this? You can start by talking to your kids about sexual bullying is important. You need to understand, if you have not heard about this before, you need to talk to your kids about this before they become victims too, so that way your child can be successful in school and not be bullied. Talk to your kids about sexual bullying, and it's important. Not only do kids need to be equipped with the basic safety ideas, like knowing when to speak up, but they also need to know that sexual bullying can lead to sexual assault. Be sure that you also are teaching your kids about setting boundaries and not keeping secrets. By having a regular conversation with your kids, you are taking the first step, not only keeping them safe, but not only keeping them safe, but helping them to destigmatize the issue of sexual bullying. I mean, it is a very, very serious issue here. Alright, coming up, we're going to look at the 6 types of bullying that parents should know about. And what you can do when we come back. If you're wanting to stop bullying, this is part 3 of the show. Part 1 we talked about with a chart. Part 2, we focused in on it. We focused on some articles. And now part 3, we're looking at the 6 primary types of bullying. And you might be looking at me like, what? I thought there was only bullying and cyberbullying. You're wrong, my friend. There are 4 types of bullying. We looked at cyberbullying where they use the keyboard and technology to bully people. Physical bullying is where someone pushes and shoves people. But let's look at other types of bullying. There are lots of other bullyings. First of all, there's relational aggression, predicial bullying, and verbal bullying. What is verbal bullying? They use words and statements, name calling, gain power control over the target. Verbal bullies would use insults to belittle, demean, or hurt the person. They choose their targets based on the way they look. It's often difficult to identify because the attacks almost always occur when adults aren't around. As a result, it's often one person's word against the other person's word. Research has shown that verbal bullying can be, and name calling is a serious consequence of emotional scars. Relational bullying. It's a sneaky and insidious type of bullying that is often goes unnoticed by parents and teachers, sometimes referred to as emotional bullying. Relational aggression is a type of social manipulation where tweens and teens try to hurt their peers or sabotage their school standing. Relational bullies often ostracize others from a group, spread rumors, manipulate situations, and break. The goal is, in general, girls tend to relational aggression more than boys. Talked about cyberbullying, sexual bullying. Let's look at predicial bullying. You might be looking, what does that mean? It's based on prejudice tweens and teens have toward people of different races, religions, and sexual orientation. This type of bullying can encompass all the other types of bullying, including cyberbullying, verbal bullying, relational bullying, physical bullying, and something sexual bullying. There's also bully victims. There's also called popular bullies. They have big egos, confident and condensing. They usually have a group of followers and supporters. There's relational bullies. It's usually someone, a popular student who enjoys deciding who's accepted at school. Serial bullies. Another type of bully that is found in popular circles. These bullies are controlled as group bullies and different bullies. The list just goes on. We can just do a whole segment about this in 1 hour, but I'm under 30 minutes. So the bottom line is, what you saw on today's show, you need to talk to your kids about all these types of bullying. Even the new ones too, sexual bullying and predicial bullying. I call this racist. I call this prejudicial bullying racist. Because it's a racist bully. People who make fun of your religion, your color, your skin, that's racist. Let's not have that happen. Let's try to stand up for what's right. And as promised, these 3 videos that we did are going to be part of Stand Up. Stand up, speak up. That's what I call speak up. Where people can just speak their mind about what's happening. Speak about bullying, not about what's happening. I mean, yes, we have to protect our children from bullying. Yes, we do. But there comes a time where the adults act like adults and children act like children. Alright. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll probably do another segment in the future about more bullies. I'll see you Friday. Good night.